and urine formation. Now let us discuss about the remaining structures. In the excretory system, we have a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a bladder and a urethra. So in previous classes, we have completed all the details of this kidney. What is the structure of kidney and what is the structure of nephron and how urine formation takes place. Now let us discuss about this ureter. So this ureter is a distensible tube-like structure which comes out from the kidney. So it is a narrow distensible structure, whitish in color. Thick muscular structure, specially made up of smooth muscles. And these muscles, okay, inner lining is made up of a special type of epithelium that is called transitional epithelium. Okay, it arises from the kidney and it moves down, okay, comes down and opens into the bladder obliquely, okay. Obliquely means it is opens from sides, not straight, from sides. Its size nearly 30 centimeters in length and 1 to 10 millimeters in diameter. So it is a whitish color, narrow, distensible tube-like structure which comes from the hilum of the kidney from both sides and which moves down and finally it opens into the bladder obliquely. And the urine moves through this ureter, okay, by a wave-like movement, okay, wave-like movement. So this wave-like movement is known as peristaltic movement. By peristaltic movement, urine comes from the kidneys, pass through the ureter and finally gets stored in the bladder. Now let us discuss about the structure of the bladder, urinary bladder. It is a distensible sac-like structure present in the pelvic region, ventral surface, front side. And the shape of the bladder when the urine is filled is pear-shaped. Pear-shaped. It is also made up of a special type of epithelium called transitional epithelium. Its capacity is nearly 300 to 800 ml. So capacity of bladder is nearly 300 to 800 ml. Now the bladder is going to open into a narrow tube that is called urethra. The opening of bladder into urethra have two muscular rings. That muscular rings are called sphincters. Upper sphincter is involuntary nature, whereas lower sphincter is voluntary nature. Now urethra. So this urethra is a tube, narrow tube, so which starts from the bladder and which pass through the genital organs. And finally, it takes out the urine from the bladder into outside the body. So it is a narrow tube. So the size of the urethra in male is nearly 20 centimeters, whereas in female 4 centimeters. In male, urethra pass through the male genital organ that is called penis, okay, and final opening of the urethra is known as urethral orifice. In male, urine pass through the urethra as well as semen also pass through the urethra. Hence, urethra in male, only in male, called urinogenital duct. So in male, urethra is called for urinary system as well as reproductive system. Whereas in female, it opens into vestibule. In female, it is having a separate opening of reproductive tract and urinary system. For example, it is a vestibule. This vestibule is the external genitalia of the female reproductive system. So here is the opening of vagina. It is called vaginal orifice. Whereas urethra, it is present above the vaginal opening. So this opening is known as urethral orifice. So urine passage, the urethral opening is different and vaginal opening is different in female. Hence it is not a urinogenital duct. And it is very short, okay, just about nearly 4 centimeters in length. So this is the structure of urethra. Now come to micturition. So the word derived from a Greek. In Greek, micture means urinate. So the process of urination, passing of urine, is nothing but micturition, which is also known as urination and voiding. So how this urination takes place? When the urine is formed in the kidney, so it passes through the ureter and gets stored in the bladder. We know that. So this urinary bladder, so from both sides ureters opens into the bladder. So here temporarily urine is get stored. We know that bladder capacity nearly 300 to 800 ml. When the urine is get collecting into the bladder, so what happens? It will distance. The bladder is going to relax. It is going to store the urine. And the lower surface of the bladder and at the opening of urethra, where the bladder is going to open into the urethra, there are two sphincters are present as we have discussed. This upper sphincter is voluntary in nature, whereas lower sphincter involuntary in nature. When the urine is passed into the bladder, so both the sphincters are contracted. So thereby they stops the releasing of urine into the urethra until the urine is get collected into the bladder. When the bladder is filling with the urine, it is going to stimulate the nerves which are present in the bladder. So these nerves are send signal to the central nervous system. Thereby central nervous system produce a reflex that is called a micturational reflex. Micturational reflex is going to relax the bladder and it is going to contract the sphincter. So thereby urine is collected in the bladder. So when it is filled with nearly 300 to 400 ml, okay, we get an urge for micturation to need urination. But we know that at that time the upper sphincter is involuntary in nature. It is going to relax, then it can store more urine in the bladder. We know that the maximum capacity of bladder is 700 to 800 ml. Okay, when it is filled with 700 to 800 ml, the urge for micturation become very painful. It lead to voluntary urination. So still the lower sphincter is under control of our brain. Okay, so when we want to urinate, then only we have to pass the urine. So in that way urine comes out from the urethra. So such process of urine from the urinary bladder to outside the body by the way of urethra is known as urination. In simple term, the process of urination is nothing but micturation. Composition of urine. Let us see what are the properties of this urine. So urine have a color that is called amber color. So pale yellow color, we know that. The color of the urine is due to a pigment which comes from the liver that is called urochrome, and it is transparent in nature, transparent fluid. Odor, its odor is when we pass out the urine, so due to the bacterial activity, it gives ammonia-like smell, and its pH nearly about 5 to 8, and average that is 6.0 pH, acidic in nature, and it is also have a specific gravity 1.003 to 1.035. That is the gravity of the urine. Come to volume of the urine. How much urine is produced per day? Nearly 1.6 to 1.8 liters of urine produced per day by a human being. Do you know? Nearly 180 liters of urine, primary urine, is produced in the kidneys. In the PCT region, most of it, nearly 90%, more than 90% is get reabsorbed by our body. So only finally 1.6 to 1.8 liters only produced per day. If we see the composition of urine, what thing is present in the urine? If we take a urine sample, it is a urine sample. So what it is contain? Still it is contain 96% of water. 2.5% of organic waste like urea, uric acid, creatine, ammonia is organic waste, and 1.5% of inorganic waste like sodium, potassium, bicarbonates. These are the salts constitute inorganic waste. So 96% of water, 2.5% of organic waste, and 1.5% of inorganic waste. So this is the composition of the urine. So this is today's class. In the next class, we will discuss about the problems related to these kidneys. So thank you for watching this video. So do subscribe, comment, share, like, tap on bell icon and support my channel. Thank you.